All right. So we're going to get started today with a flow that I'm calling fluidity. So in a yoga practice, I practice lots of different ways. And that's one of the things I love about yoga is the ability to, for it to be different every time you show up on the mat. So some days I'm very technical about here's the alignment, here's the anatomy, here is the physical aspect of the practice. And then sometimes it's actually a good idea to just allow yourself to experience yoga in some of its more like esoteric iterations. So today it's just going to be about allowing your body to be fluid. And then in those moments when our bodies are still, allowing your breath to be fluid, so that you can start to cultivate a connection between those two things. So it's not going to be a very technical practice today. I'm not going to talk a lot about alignment. I'm going to trust that you've got a good sense of proprioception, just as a fancy way of saying you know where your body is in space on your own. And if anything feels like it's too technically challenging, just take a child's pose or take a little pause. You are the captain of your own ship, even if I am leading you in class. It is your practice. It's a very personal thing. So I'm going to do a little adjustment on my phone here to make sure that I can keep the timer going, because that's one thing I'm not fluid about. It's just part of who I am. I like to start and end things on time. And I'm thrilled to have you here. So go ahead and come onto your mat. Got my little clock set up. And you can start in any position on your back that's comfortable for you. So you may find Shavasana is a nice way to start, kind of starting out where you're going to end up. I like to separate my feet as wide as the mat and knock my knees in together. And just let yourself be who and where you are today. It's different than yesterday. It's different from what tomorrow will be. You are just really getting acquainted with yourself in this present moment. And then take a nice big inhale through your nose. And then exhale, open your mouth, let it go. And again, nice big inhale through your nose. Exhale, open your mouth, let it go. And one last time, big inhale. Exhale, let it go. And then you find those steady, even breaths in and out through your nose. So even though your body is physically still, there's a sense of motion and fluidity in your breath. And you may notice ambient thoughts, sensations, maybe even sounds, either coming from your own space. Maybe you've put some music on. Maybe you're hearing the rumblings outside my space, and that's fine. All those things move in one ear and out the other. And when you're ready and you feel connected with your breath, blink your eyes open, heel toe your feet together, open your arms out like little cactus, like a cactus shape. And you're just going to let your knees fall to one side. Doesn't matter to me which one. And then inhale, come back up to center. And exhale, let them fall to the other side. So just a little flow here. Inhale, come up to center. Exhale, fall to one side. Inhale, lift to center. Exhale, fall to the other side. And one more time, inhale to center. Exhale, fall to one side. Inhale, come to center. Exhale, fall to the other side. Inhale, draw the knees up into your chest. Start to rock yourself forward and back, creating a little round ball. And then you're going to rock yourself all the way up and over into standing. Separate your feet as wide as the mat. Interlace your hands back behind you. Bend your left knee really deeply and roll your right shoulder over. And then inhale, come back up to center. Bend that right knee, straighten through that left leg. Roll the left shoulder over. And then inhale, come back to center. Release the arms, heel toe the feet back either all the way together or hips distance apart. Inhale, lengthen to a flat back. Exhale, release over your legs. And again, inhale, lengthen, flat back. Exhale, release over your legs. And then this time, inhale, lengthen, flat back. Reach the arms all the way up and overhead. Lift yourself up to standing. Exhale, draw hands to prayer at your heart. Shift until you feel all four corners root on the floor. Tadasana. Even standing through your feet. Supportive standing through your legs, balancing the curves of your spine. Roll the shoulders back and down. Take a nice big inhale through your nose. Exhale, open your mouth, let it go. Inhale, blink the eyes open, circle the arms up and overhead. Exhale, dive and fold forward over your legs. A little half salute here. Inhale, come to a flat back. Exhale, release over your legs. Press down through your feet. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up and overhead. Exhale, draw hands to prayer. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, dive and fold forward. Inhale, come to a flat back. Shift the weight into your right foot. Step your left foot all the way back to the back of the mat. Lower that back knee all the way down to the ground. Inhale, press the front leg to straight. Exhale, shift forward into your lunge. Inhale, press to straight. Exhale, shift forward into your lunge. Inhale, press to straight. This time, exhale, shift forward into your lunge. Stay on your fingertips or maybe bring your hands to blocks. Lift that back leg up, coming into that high runner's lunge. Open the right arm up towards the ceiling. Circle the hand back and down and forward. And then inhale, lift it up and over and back. And exhale, it comes down and forward. And one more time, inhale, open. This time, exhale, plant both hands on the floor. Draw your right knee up into your chest. Inhale, sweep that right leg up and back behind you. Open up through your hip, bend your knee, circle your ankle. Maybe even circle the hip in the hip joint. It's like whatever feels kind of good right now. And then straighten that leg all the way back behind you. Set the right foot down next to your left. Inhale, glide forward, plank pose. And then exhale, knees up or down. Lower yourself all the way down to the ground. Reach the hands back alongside you. You can interlace your fingers, or if that's too much, grab a t-shirt or maybe a strap. Reach the fingertips back, peel the chest up. Reach the toe tips back, lift the feet up. Shalabhasana. Exhale, release. Bring the hands into a cobra position. Inhale, peel the chest up. Little baby cobra on this first round. And then exhale, press to all fours. Tuck your toes, lift your hips up and back behind you. Inhale, sweep your left leg up and back. Exhale, draw the knee up into your nose. Step the foot in between the two hands. And then this time, step your right foot forward to meet your left, so you're standing at the top of the mat. It's like a dance. Inhale, lengthen the chest forward, flat back. Exhale, release. Press down through your feet. Inhale, sweep the arms up and overhead. Exhale, draw hands to prayer. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, dive and fold forward over your legs. Inhale, lengthen through your chest, shift the weight into your left foot, step your right foot all the way back to the back of the mat. Lower that back knee down to the ground, and we take this little Ardha Hanuman. Inhale, press the front leg to straight. Exhale, shift it forward. Inhale, press to straight. Exhale, shift it forward. One more time. Inhale, press to straight. Exhale, shift it forward. Hands plant on the floor, or maybe you come to a block. Tuck your back toe, lift the knee, reach the left arm up and towards the ceiling, and then you circle that hand back behind you. On an exhale, reach it forward. So as you inhale, it lifts up and over. And as you exhale, it comes down and forward, connecting breath with movement. Inhale, twist and lift. Exhale, release, and then one more time. Inhale, lift. Exhale, bring your left hand down to the floor. Sweep your left leg up and back behind you. Open up through your hip, bend your knee, circle your ankle. Straighten that leg all the way back behind you. Set the left foot down next to your right. Inhale, glide forward plank. Knees up or down. Exhale, bend those elbows. Come all the way to the floor. Reach your hands back behind you. Now, if you interlaced your hands, can you remember which thumb was on top and do the opposite here? Reach the fingertips back, peel the chest forward, reach the toe tips back, lift the legs, Shalabhasana. Exhale, release. Bring the hands into that chaturanga position, hug the elbows in, peel the chest forward, baby cobra, press the tops of the feet down into the floor. Exhale, release. Press to all fours. Tuck your toes, lift your hips up and back behind you, downward facing dog. Inhale, sweep the right leg up and back behind you. Exhale, draw the knee up into the nose, step the foot through, step your left foot forward to meet your right, you're back at the top of the mat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, release. Press down through your feet. Inhale, sweep the arms up and overhead. Exhale, draw hands to prayer. Surya A. Inhale, reach. Exhale, dive and fold forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, plant your hands. Step it back into your plank pose, top of a push-up. This time, knees up or down, shift forward, bend the elbows, chaturanga, and then maybe you take a baby cobra or you roll over the tops of your feet, lift the chest, upward facing dog. Exhale, press it back, downward facing dog, and now we hold for 5 breaths. So you might be like, dude, Lisa, we haven't stopped moving for 15 minutes. It's not like your normal... we haven't stopped moving, and you also haven't talked about any alignment yet. And if you regularly take my class, I'm actually not going to really be talking about alignment at all today. Just fluidly moving, connecting with your breath. Knowing that you have resources on this channel. If there are poses, questions, transitions you have, I've got lots of tutorials on specific poses. I have some shorter form stuff if you want to really get into the nerdiness of certain things. But every day you show up to your mat is a little different. So by shifting the way that I teach today, by shifting a little bit the way that we flow today, keeps us from getting rigid. It's good for everyone. Bend your knees, shift your hips back, send your gaze forward, step or jump your way to the top of the mat. Inhale, lengthen the chest. Exhale, release over your legs. Press down through your feet. Sweep your arms up and overhead. Exhale, draw hands to prayer. We're going to do 2 more Surya A, just like that. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step it back, or if you like to jump ever so lightly, float. Roll over the tops of the feet, lift the chest, cobra or up dog. Exhale, press it back, downward facing dog. Now this time in the dog, I'm going to be quiet. And use that silence to connect and observe your breath. And then bend your knees, shift your hips back, send your gaze forward. Step or float. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, release. Press down through your feet, sweep your arms up and overhead. Exhale, draw hands to prayer at your heart. Last time, guys. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, plant your hands, step or jump. Take it through your vinyasa, your exploration. Press it back to your downward facing dog. Find that stillness. And then you're going to walk your hands back to your feet. Hook your first 2 fingers around your big toes. Inhale, lengthen your chest forward. And then exhale, bend at the elbows, release over your legs. And then we repeat that. Inhale, lengthen your chest forward. Exhale, bend at the elbows and release. One more time. Inhale, lengthen the chest forward. Exhale, bend at the elbows and release. And then nod your head yes. Shake your head no. Find a little stillness in your body and turn up the volume of that fluidity in your breath. And then release the fingers from the toes. Crawl yourself back out into that downward facing dog. Inhale, float that right leg up and back behind you. Exhale, draw the knee up into the nose, around through your spine. And then again, inhale, reach that leg up and back behind you. This time, exhale, tap the knee on the back of your left tricep, little twist. And then inhale, sweep that leg up and back behind you. Exhale, tap the knee on the back of your right tricep. Last time, inhale, sweep that leg up and back behind you. Exhale, draw the knee to the nose. Step the foot in between the 2 hands. Lower your back knee down to the ground. Inhale, sweep the arms up and overhead, Anjaneyasana. Bring your right hand around your left wrist and lean yourself up and over towards the right. Inhale, come back up to center. Circle the hands down to the ground. Tuck your back toe. Lift your back knee. Press the front leg to straight. Turn your feet parallel to each other, so that the long side of your foot lines up with the short side of your mat, and then you're just going to inhale, bend your left knee really deeply. And then exhale, lift up and over to the other side. Inhale, come back up to center. Exhale, bend the left knee. Inhale, come back up to center. Exhale, bend the right knee. And then inhale, come back up to center. Crawl the fingertips forward towards the front of the room. Turn your right toes forward. Spin onto the ball of your back foot just so that you can get a sense of finding neutral in that right hip. Then spin the back heel down to the ground. Inhale, rise up, warrior one. Interlace everything but the thumb and forefinger. Lift the chest towards the ceiling. Big, strong Vira one here. And then circle the fingertips back behind you. Interlace, lift the chest towards the ceiling like you did in that big Shalabhasana. And exhale, dive and fold forward over your front leg. Ooh, humble warrior. Hug that right hip in. Lengthen the crown of your head forward so that you really get a sense of space. And then release those hands down to the ground, spin onto the ball of your back foot, step your right foot back in line with your left, take it through a vinyasa. You can always skip the chaturanga up dog and go straight to a downward facing dog. Inhale, float that left leg up and back behind you. Exhale, draw the knee to the nose. Inhale, sweep that leg up and back behind you. Exhale, tap the knee on the back of the right tricep, twist. Inhale, sweep that leg up and back behind you. Exhale, tap the knee on the back of that left tricep. And then inhale, sweep that leg up and back behind you one more time. Exhale, draw the knee up into your nose, step the foot through. Lower that back knee down to the ground, untuck the toe. Inhale, sweep the arms up and overhead. Nice big Anjaneyasana. It's like a precursor of where we're going in Warrior One. Exhale, tuck your back toe. Lift your back knee, press that front leg to straight. Turn your toes again so that they're parallel with the short side of your mat. But then this time I'm going to flip around so that you can see me. You're going to turn your toes out, your heels in. Squat the hips down and reach the arms up high. Goddess pose. Inhale, draw the elbows down. Straighten the legs. Exhale, bend the knees, reach the arms. And then inhale, lift and bend the elbows. Exhale, bend the knees, straighten the arms. One more time, creating a little opposition. Inhale, straighten legs, bend elbows. You're kind of like a marionette. Exhale, bend knees, straighten arms. 5 steady breaths here. Rotation in the hips. Rooting through those legs, reaching through those arms. Steady, smooth breath. And then bring the hands down to the ground. Press the legs to straight. Turn the toes back parallel. I'm going to flip myself back around just so that I've got the right leg or the correct leg forward. Turn your left toes towards the front of the room. Spin onto the ball of your back foot first, just so you can set things up. Then spin that back heel down to the ground. Inhale, rise up into Warrior One. Interlace everything but that thumb and forefinger. Sink a little deeper through the legs and reach through the torso and the arms. And then release the hands, circle them back behind you again. If you can remember, interlace the other thumb on top, lift the chest towards the ceiling. And exhale, dive and fold forward over your front legs. Remembering that you are the captain of your own ship, so if things become overwhelming, my advice would be don't quit, right? Or what I mean by that is don't turn this off. Just take a little break. Come into little child's pose or pause. Things go in the shape of a mountain in my class. So just know that if stuff gets overwhelming in the middle, it gets real fun and juicy and relaxing at the end. So it's worth it to stick it out. Release the hands down to the ground. This time spin onto the ball of your back foot. Step that foot forward to meet the front foot. So you're back at the top of your mat. Inhale, lengthen your chest. Exhale, release. Bend your knees nice and low into your Utkatasana chair pose. And then come on up to standing, draw hands to prayer at your heart, close your eyes. Notice the beating of your heart, the quality of your breath, shifting until you feel balanced on your feet, steady in your legs, relaxed in your shoulders. Take a big inhale through your nose. Exhale, open your mouth, let it go. Blink your eyes open and we continue. Inhale, bend those knees nice and low. Exhale, fold forward over your legs. Inhale, lengthen the chest forward. Exhale, plant your hands, step it back into that plank pose. Take it through vinyasa or skip the vinyasa and go straight to a dog. Inhale, float the right leg up and back behind you. Exhale, draw the knee to the nose. Step the foot through, spin the back heel down. Inhale, rise up into that strong warrior one. Exhale, open it up into your warrior two today. Flip that front palm, reverse your warrior. And then exhale, circle the hands down to the ground. Spin onto the ball of your back foot, step it back, take it through a vinyasa. Left leg floats up and back behind you. Exhale, draw the knee to the nose. Step the foot through, spin the back heel down. Inhale, rise up into that warrior one. Exhale, open it up into your warrior two. Inhale, reverse that warrior. And then exhale, circle the hands down to the ground. Spin onto the ball of your back foot. Step it through your vinyasa or go straight to a dog. Pause for 5 breaths here. Bend your knees, shift your hips back, send your gaze forward. Exhale, step forward, jump. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, release. Bend your knees nice and low, Utkatasana chair. Come on up to standing, draw hands to prayer. We're going to add on a little bit. Inhale, sit low. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, plant your hands, step or lightly float your way back and through. Right foot steps forward, back heel spins down. Inhale, rise up into that warrior one. Exhale, open it up into your warrior two. Flip your front palm, inhale, reverse it. And then this time, exhale, elbow comes to the knee, left arm reaches up and overhead. We'll repeat that. Inhale, reverse, stay low in that front leg. Exhale, elbow to knee. One more time, inhale, reverse. This time, exhale, elbow to knee, hold for 5 breaths. Hug that right hip in. Reach the fingertips. Recognizing the difference between physical mobility and physical stability. Recognizing the difference between movement in your body and stillness in your body. The breath continues to flow. And then circle the hands down to the ground. Spin onto the ball of your back foot. Step it through a vinyasa, or maybe you skip it and go straight to a dog. Inhale, left leg reaches. Exhale, draw the knee to the nose. Step that left foot forward. Spin the back heel down. Inhale, rise up, warrior one. Exhale, open it up, warrior two. Flip your front palm. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, left elbow to knee. Right arm reaches up and overhead. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, elbow to knee, arm reaches up and overhead. One more time, inhale, reverse. Exhale, elbow to knee, arm reaches up and overhead. This time we pause, hugging that left hip in, reaching the right arm forward. Sealing the outer arch down. Examining that stillness in your body. Observing that fluidity in your breath. And then circle that right hand down, spin onto the ball of your back foot, step it back, take it through a vinyasa, or maybe go straight to a dog. Bend your knees, shift your hips back, send your gaze forward, step or jump. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, release. Bend your knees nice and low into that chair pose, Utkatasana. Come on up to standing. Draw the hands to prayer at your heart. One more round, adding on again. Inhale, sit down. Exhale, fold it forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, plant your hands, step or float. Inhale, reach the right leg up. Exhale, draw the knee to the nose, step the foot through, spin the back heel down. Inhale, rise, warrior one. Exhale, open, warrior two. Inhale, reverse it. Exhale, elbow to knee, left arm reaches up and overhead. This time, inhale, reverse it. Press your front leg to straight. And then hinge the right hip forward, or back, and bring the right hand forward and down. Hand comes to the floor, or maybe you grab your block and place it on the outside. Triangle pose, Trikonasana. Hugging that right hip in. Rooting through that right foot. Bring your left hand to your left hip for a little stability. Take a look down at your right foot. Put a slight bend in the knee. And shift yourself forward into Ardha Chandrasana, the half moon. So your right hand is going to stay on the floor. You're going to open your left arm up towards the ceiling, and then you're just going to inhale, bend that lifted knee. And then exhale, extend it long. And then inhale, bend the knee. And then exhale, extend it long. One more time, inhale, bend the knee. Exhale, extend it long, and then you're welcome to stay here in balance for a few breaths, or if you want to re-bend the knee and reach back and clasp hold of it for Chakasana, you can. And again, observing that change between physical movement and physical stillness. Ooh. What does that do to your balance? And then release that top foot. Bend through your right knee. Lightly land yourself back into that warrior two. Flip your front palm or reverse it one more time. Exhale, circle the hands down to the ground. Spin onto the ball of your back foot. Step it back. Take it through a vinyasa. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, draw the knee to the nose. Step the foot through, spin the back heel down. Inhale, rise up, warrior one. Exhale, open it up, warrior two. Inhale, reverse it. Exhale, modified Parsvakonasana. Reach the right arm up and overhead. Inhale, reverse it. Press that front leg to straight, and up and over you come into Trikonasana, triangle pose. Maybe grab your block again. Reach your right arm up, root your left hand down. Hug your left hip in, bring your right hand to your right hip. Bring your gaze down to your left foot. So notice how the movement has become more dynamic. Put a bend in that left knee. Shift yourself forward, and up you come into Ardha Chandrasana, the half moon. Float your right arm up towards the ceiling. Inhale, bend the right knee. Exhale, extend it long. Inhale, bend the knee. Exhale, extend it long. One more time. Inhale, bend the knee. Exhale, extend it long. And then maybe you keep it extended, or maybe you bend it one more time and reach back for Chakrasana. So can you, in stillness, continue to be expansive in your energy? Smooth and steady in your breath. Just releasing any judgment, right? Releasing any need to grip into the balance. You're just exploring. And then release that top foot. Bend through your left knee. Step it back into that warrior two. Flip your front palm. Reverse it. Exhale, circle the hands down to the ground. Step it back and take it through a vinyasa. Take a big inhale through your nose. Exhale, open your mouth, let it go. Lower your knees to the ground. Shift the hips back. Take a little child's pose for a couple of breaths. Arms can be forward or back, it's up to you. And then inhale, reach your arms forward. Shift onto all fours. We're going to take just a couple rounds of cat-cow here. Inhale, lengthen the chest forward, send the gaze up towards the ceiling. Exhale, press and round through the spine, really articulating through each one of your vertebrae, activating through your low belly. Inhale, lengthen the chest forward, send the gaze up. Exhale, press and around. And one more time, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, press and round. And then you're going to inhale, come to a flat back, come down onto your forearms. I'm going to sneak in just a little bit of core stabilization here. Step your left foot back, step your right foot back. You're in a strong forearm plank. You can always bring the knees down if you need. And then we're going to work the obliques a little bit here. So you can open up your feet a little wider than hips distance. Inhale, let the inside of your left foot come down to the ground, the outside of your right foot. So you're like in a little twist, both elbows on the floor. Exhale, lift up and over to the other side. Inhale, lift to center. Exhale, let the legs fall. Inhale, lift to center. Exhale, feet fall to the other side. One more time. Inhale, lift to center. Exhale, feet fall to the other side. Last time, inhale, lift to center. Exhale, heels fall. And then inhale, come to center. Pause for 5 breaths. And then lower those hips all the way down to the ground. Lift your chest up, coming into that lovely Sphinx pose. Shoulder blades draw down the back. And for those of you keeping score, this is when stuff starts to get juicy. So if you survived the standing poses, I'm glad you're still with me. Bend at your elbows. Bring your forehead into that little pillow you made for your hands. And then bend through your left knee. And then set the left foot on the floor. Bend through your right knee. Set that right foot on the floor. Bend through both knees. Set both feet down onto the floor. And then reach your arms back, bend through both knees again. Maybe you clasp hold of the ankles. Kick the shins back and peel the chest forward, coming into that bow pose, Dhanurasana. Nice big back bend here. And then exhale, release. Turn your cheek to one side. You can wiggle out your hips. We're going to do one more just like that on our bellies. Bring your forehead to the floor, draw your feet together, bend through your knees, reach back for your ankles. They may or may not make contact. You're just moving in that direction, and then kick the shins back and peel the chest forward. Right? If you don't quite make contact, you're just reaching the hands back towards your feet. Right? You're building range of motion and flexibility in your body. So it doesn't have to look just like mine. Again, it's your practice. You are the captain of your ship. Lower the legs, release the feet, turn your cheek to the other side. And then come back to center. You're going to shift back into your child's pose. You're going to roll yourself up to seated. And then we're going to come onto our backs the way that we started. So I like to cross my ankles and sit my hips back and then extend my legs forward just so that my knees don't get too overworked. And maybe you grab a block. Right, so our last back bend is going to be either an active or a passive bridge. So press down through the feet, lift your hips. Now, if you're going to take an active bridge, I'm going to encourage you to take a couple of breaks here, right, and lower the hips every couple of, maybe every like 5 to 10 breaths. If you have a block, you're going to slide that block underneath your hips and just hang out, letting the block do the work for you. And if you're like, ugh, I want a block, you can order them online, pick them up at Target. This is not an advertisement, but I know that Manduka has cork blocks at Target, and they're great. You just don't want one of those wimpy foam ones that can't take your weight. Right? You want a sturdy block. So you're going to give yourself just about 10 more breaths here. So if you took an active bridge, be sure to take breaks. And then if you've got the block, you're going to release it out from underneath you. Will all come down to the ground. Draw the knees up into your chest and just give yourself a little rock from side to side. Let your knees fall to one side. Let your head turn to the other. So we come back to where we began in many respects, only now we start to take longer holds. Finding stillness in your body, fluidity in your breath. And then come back up to center. Let the knees fall to the other side. Easy twist. And then come back up to center. Reach down through the outer edges of your feet. Happy baby. You can rock a little bit from side to side. And then draw the knees up into your chest. Like we did at the very beginning, rock yourself up. And then you're going to come either into a comfortable cross-legged position, crossing at your shins, just noticing which one naturally falls in front. And then if you have very open hips, you might stack the foot on top of the knee, right? Coming into double pigeon or firelock pose. Wherever you are, you're going to reach the arms up to the ceiling. And then you're going to exhale, release forward over your legs. Nice long hold here in this hip opener. So I like to bring a block underneath my forehead just so that it becomes a very passive stretch. If you don't have a block, it's okay to just let your head hang. And then I'm going to be quiet. And you're just going to hang here and listen to your breath. Trying to keep yourself focused in the here and now. Noticing how easy it is for your mind to wander off at this point. And if you need a little help, every time you inhale, you can think the word let. Every time you exhale, think the word go. So it's inhale, let. Exhale, go. Let. Go. And then on your next inhale, come up and out of side one. Switch the crossing of your legs. So if the other shin is in front or the other ankle is on top. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold over your legs. And then again, if your mind is wandering off, as you inhale, think the word let. As you exhale, think the word go. Inhale, let. Exhale, go. Let. Go. And then take one more breath here. Exhale, lift yourself up. Promise the end is juicy. Inhale, extend the legs forward, reach the arms up towards the ceiling. After all of that movement, exhale, release forward over the legs. We get a little stillness here. Maybe your body, your mind are a little bit more prepared for stillness. You've worked out all the bugs. You're lengthening the crown of your head forward, just getting one last little stretch through the backs of your legs. And then inhale, roll yourself up. Exhale, come down onto your back. If you need to fidget around at all so that you feel completely supported by the floor, and then once you're there, take a nice big inhale through your nose. Exhale, open your mouth, let it go. And for just a couple of minutes, allow yourself the gift of doing absolutely nothing. And let your body and your mind rest in Shavasana. And then once you're ready, now you're welcome to stay here as long as you'd like. You begin to wiggle through your fingers and your toes. Stretch your arms up and overhead. And then as you're ready, bend your knees and roll to one side. Make your way up to a comfortable cross-legged position, sitting up tall. Just giving yourself a moment of fully awake stillness. This is what all of that was for. And when you're ready, drawing hands to prayer at your heart. Bowing your head towards your hands. Finishing out your practice with that little gesture of gratitude. And then taking gratitude with you as you move off of your mat and into the rest of your day. Namaste. Guys, it's always a pleasure to be with you, even virtually, if not in person. So have a wonderful day. I've got lots of great stuff coming up on this channel, fresh new tutorial on Thursday, and a whole lot of brand new content for the month of August. So definitely subscribe and ring that bell so you can get notified when new classes land. I'm still going to be here on Mondays live. I'm here to answer any questions you've got. And I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.